والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد وعنه أي عن عبد الله بن عمرو رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أربع إذا كنا فيك فلا عليك ما فاتك الدنيا حفظ أمانة وصدق حديث وحسن خليقة وعفة في طعمة رواه أحمد والبيهقي في شعب الإيمان. Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrated that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that four things Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is saying, addressing to all of us, addressing to every individual, and he said that four, if they are into you, then there is no problem if you miss the whole dunya. Nothing from the dunya is with you, but if you have these four things, then you have no problem at all. First thing, hifzu amanatin, that you protect honesty. You take care of honesty. You are very keen of protecting and doing hifazat of amanat. Second thing, in your speech, whenever you speak, you are always truthful. Your speech is full of truthfulness. Second thing. Third, in your mannerism, in your characteristic, in your akhlaq, you have beauty in your mannerism, in your akhlaq. And the last one, fourth one, that whatever you eat, you are very modest into what you eat. If you have these four things, then if you have nothing from the dunya, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, you have no problem at all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, like last week, Friday, we were asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us makhmumul qalb. Today, and saduqul lisan, and today, these four qualities are being mentioned. Oh Allah, we are beggars of the day of Friday, beggars of the Shaban, and beggars of the Ramadan. Oh Allah, give us these four qualities. You know, sometime you make the whole tawaf asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, what you have said, فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ اتَّقَى. Allah said to me that do not think you are very pious. He knows who is pious. All of us, when I present myself, then I will present myself very clean. Nobody is honest like me. Nobody is pious like me. Nobody is good like me. Nobody is humble like me. Nobody has deen like me. But he says that that's what you do. I know who you are. So, I love this ayat. I love it because that is a cross-examination by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's a mirror. You make yourself stand in front of this ayat and then check yourself. And don't judge. He is the judge. He knows who is muttaqi. Like that, last week that makhmumul qalb. Sometimes, you spend hours asking Allah that, oh Allah, make me makhmumul qalb. I don't want to be billionaire. I want to be billionaire of makhmumul qalb. I want to have these qualities. And there are no customers of these qualities. People, they do all good, charity, sadaqah, umrah, tawaf, salat, punctuality. But at the end they will ask, oh Allah, pay the loan of my house. My business is suffering, oh Allah, help me. My daughter is not married, oh Allah, get her married. That will be the ultimate peak of when we are emotional, when we are crying, when we feel that now the full connection is being made between myself and Allah. The last and the least thing we will ask, dunya, 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 dunya. That's why we are poor of the qualities, of the sifat, of the realities of Iman. We are like balloons, big blown up with air. There is nothing in it. That's why someone comes and pricks it, then you see my real character. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is not saying for nothing. He says that if you have these 4 things, then don't worry. If your account is empty, if you have no property, if you have no name and fame, no one is saluting you, if you have these 4 things, then whole dunya goes one side, you have everything. Nabi Sassam says that. But let us be honest. How many times during that darkness of the night, if you are into the mataf, if you are right into the Riyadul Jannah, if you are into the haram, or if you are performing tahajjud, or it is month of Ramadan, iftar time, acceptance time, how many times we make applications of these qualities and inner being that Allah granted to us. And how many times we ask that, no, oh Allah, I need at this time 50,000 pounds. Please rescue me. Many times if we will conclude, then we will come to know that our ultimate du'as are dunya, dunya, dunya. That's why this world is becoming full of hypocrites. Hypocrisy is unripe. Oh Allah, rescue us from the hypocrisy. Take us out from the hypocrisy. We are suffering from the inner ailments. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, and again, Hadith Sharif is being narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu anhu. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that, oh, every individual, if you have these 4 things and you have nothing from the dunya, you have everything. And you are loaded with the dunya, and if you don't have any one from these 4 things, you have nothing. Nabi Sallallahu said, very simple, that if you have any, if you have these 4 things, then there is no problem, even nothing from the dunya you have. And then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Hifzu amanatin. I said it before also that we started this dars of Fajr maybe 20 years ago just because of that one Hadith Sharif. Just because of that one Hadith Sharif. Where Nabi Sallallahu said, first amanat will be taken away from the hearts. Where is amanat? And that's why from that Hadith Sharif we went that, person will be passing by and everybody will say, oh, he is very good person. He is very good person, very pious, very honest, very honest. And in that Hadith Sharif it is being said that they are comparing with their own time. Otherwise, reality-wise, he will have zeroness of the amanat. So first thing, Nabi Sassam said, Sidqu amanatin, Hifzu amanatin. That you are very, sometimes if something came out from your mouth, then you try to fulfill it because you promise. You promise. Hifzu amanatin. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Abu Jundul or someone, after treaty that person received, that Sahabi, and there was a war between Muslims and them. And when when you are recruiting for war, then every individual is very valuable. But just to get away from the captivity of kuffar, he had said to them that, okay, I won't join them. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you have made promise to them, you got to fulfill it. Just imagine. People with whom you are having war, but you have made promise to them. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no, we will not recruit you. You cannot join, because you got to take care of that promise which you have made. Amanat. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, time will come, first thing, amanat will be snatched away from the heart of people. And then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, rahmat, mercy will be snatched away. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, modesty will be snatched away. And when you see these sifat are departing from the hearts of people, that's where you fear that is the alarm of bad time. Why? Because into the same hadith, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that gradual process will start. So amanat goes, rahmat goes, iffat goes, honesty, chastity goes, modesty goes. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that at the end, because of this gradual process, this person will be remaining with no iman. And because of that hadith sharif, approximately 20 years ago, we had started this dars. It was not after Fajr before, but we started. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. So here first, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, hifzu amanatin, to protect amanat. And again, amanat is a very comprehensive word. It's not only that I have made promise to give you 5 pounds. It's not only. The biggest amanat we have made between ourselves and Allah. And we are cheaters. We are compromising with the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are making khiyanat between ourselves and Allah. The deal which we have made between ourselves and Him, based on La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, we have started making khiyanat in that fundamental amanat which is between believers and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Between ourselves and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is the biggest amanat. And O insan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored you because Allah trusted you that you will fulfill the rights of amanat. So don't take amanat in that small, our own narrow understanding meaning. Amanat is everything. First. Second, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَصِدْقُ حَدِيثٍ. Oh Allah, make us such that I die, but I don't lie. Oh Allah, make us such, every time to explain, we talk about that Bayezid Bustami, that someone came and he was very worried that, that person has committed sin and grave sin, and I'm worried, and I came to seek help. And that person was like very, very worried. So he said, what happened? He said, he has committed zina. So Bayezid Bustami said, no, I thought he had lied. Oh, you said he has committed zina. But he said, when you were uttering to me, when you were declaring to me that, what did he do? So I became worried. But now when you told me that he committed zina, I thought he lied. So he took lying is even graver and greater than zina. And now we have such misbalance. That sometime that some sin, if people come to know and they will look down upon us, we worry for that. But we won't worry for lying. Very, very, everybody point finger that, he is very good person. But he takes an account of himself, then he lies. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, from the believer you can expect anything, but you can never ever expect lie. Second thing. Third, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, وَحُسْنُ خَلِيقَةٍ. Akhlaq. Nabi Sassam was always approachable. Nabi Sassam was always kind. Nabi Sassam was always forgiving. Nabi Sassam was always merciful. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was always ignoring. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was always humble. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was always very lenient, very soft tone, very sweet tone. And we harsh, especially to our family. To everybody will be very good. You ask, if I have to survey myself, then maybe to you I will appear very good. You go and ask my family, then they will tell you that how harsh he is, how strict he is, how very easily fight, always complain, always look for faults, always negative. Where are our akhlaq? Husnu khaliqati. Nabi Sassam is being said by Allah, innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. Nabi Sassam said in one of the hadith sharif, bu'ithtu li'utammima makarim al-akhlaq. He is narrating that one of the fundamental mission of my ba'asat, my nubuwwat, that I came to complete characteristic, akhlaq. And ummat of Nabi Sassam, they have no akhlaq. And they think that, they are the best into the whole community. They have no akhlaq. You will come to Mizan, people will come to Mizan and they have so many charities and nawafil and tahajjud and umrah and atikaf and hajj and this and that. Just because of ill akhlaq, he will make losing business with Mizan on the day of judgment. Just because of akhlaq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect. Oh Allah, give us hifzu amanatin, sidqu hadithin wa husnu khaliqatin. Wallah, today we are beggar for the whole day. Jummah, it's a lottery day, wallahi. Jummah, it's a lottery day. You can win many lotteries from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just, whenever you are being reminded that, extend your begging, what you call pot, in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask. And ask for dunya also. I'm not saying don't ask for dunya. Ask everything, but ask for maximum. Don't go for minimum. If your ultimate dua is only dunya, 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 then you have gone for minimum. Go for maximum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. And the last thing, وَعِفَّةٌ فِي تُعْمَةٍ وَعِفَّةٌ فِي تُعْمَةٍ. Nabi Sassam said that some people, they will appear to you that very drawn into the ibadat and calling on to Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab. But Nabi Sassam said, the libas they are wearing, it's based on haram. And the food they have consumed, it is haram, it is unlawful. فَأَنَّا يُسْتَجَابُ لَهُ. So all his prayers, Nabi Sassam said, where it will be accepted. So, وَعِفَّةٌ فِي تُعْمَةٍ. People died. Yesterday we were talking about that our Ustaz Sayyid Manana Zulfaqar Sahib Rahmatullah Alayh. He was very close, he had very close connection to Hazrat Manana Ghulam Mastanvi Sahib, Damat Barakatuh. And he used to say to him that, you are my son, you are my son, you are my son. So, Manana Ghulam Mastanvi, one day he became little, excited and he said, you always call me your son, and this son of yours and that son of yours got married, and you never invited me for a wedding. So he said, I said it, out of, like I was taunting my teacher. But he said, when he passed away, I came to realize that all those times he did not invite because he didn't want nobody to know that I have a full of struggle life. So if you come to my house, if you come to the wedding, then you will come to know that I have that simple thing I cannot afford, and I don't want you to know that it is beyond my affordability. That's why I didn't invite you. He said, nobody was close to him like me, but I never came to know that how modest he was. These pious people, they cheat everybody for the sake of Allah. that they make you realize that, oh no, I am well to do. And when they depart, that's when people come to know that, oh, he made all the business with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not with you. Iffatun fi tu'matin. I remember him saying into our class that I have such a big house. I don't know, there are 50 bedrooms. I haven't even counted. And that's how he will try to create an impression that never ever worry about my financial being. Until he left this world, closest people didn't come to know that he had very, very struggleful life. And he was from the family of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Iffatun fi tu'matin. Yes, some time ago we were talking about Abu Darda. Umar radiallahu ta'ala was insisting that no, I want to come to, your private room. I want to come to you as a guest visitor, and I want to see you from more closely. And he was trying to avoid. He kept on avoiding, and Umar radiallahu ta'ala insisted, because Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala protected ayun qasuddin wa ana hayyun. He took care of the deen of Allah subhanahu. Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he took care of the people of deen. People of deen. People of deen, when they become people of deen in our time, then there is nobody to guard them, to guard their every corner of their life. Umar radiallahu ta'ala was especially into the time of Usman radiallahu ta'ala, territory of Islam expanded. Into the time of Ali radiallahu ta'ala, he was serving in a special field. So that is the speciality of the Khilafat of every Amirul Mu'mineen. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala, that's why he was very keen to know that how my people are serving. So he kept on insisting, and when he had all the access, and when he saw Umar radiallahu ta'ala who was crying, so Abu Darda said, that's why I was trying to avoid you, that you don't need to know my privacy. I know nothing will come into you besides some tears, and that's what I wanted to avoid. And he said, Umar radiallahu ta'ala, that we all change, but Abu Darda, you haven't changed. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, people when it comes to serve the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they had special iffat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us these 4 qualities and all the qualities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ikhlas. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwalin, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-matin, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawl, ya dhal jalali wal ikram, la ilaha illa ant. زهر الللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندام ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم فتحه ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه ونعوذ بك من شر ما فيه وشر ما بعده. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نشرك بك شيئا نعلم ونستغفرك لما لا نعلم ونعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. رب زدنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وعملا متقبلا وشفاء من كل داء. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع ونفس لا تشبع ودعاء لا يستجاب له. اللهم ثبتنا على الإيمان وأمتنا على الإيمان واهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم علمنا الكتاب والتأويل. اللهم فقهنا في الدين. اللهم اجعلنا علماء فقهاء. اللهم اجعلنا من الراسخين في العلم واجعلنا من التوابين واجعلنا من المتطهرين المتطهرين واجعلنا من عبادك المخلصين المخلصين واجعلنا من الذين لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولأساتذتنا ولمن كان له حق علينا ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. يا ربنا آتنا نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.